Hi, what I want to show you today is just some really basic techniques in open tuning and slide techniques. What I'm going to do is just run through a whole pile of little riffs and small techniques which I like to use, and then at the end I'm just going to try and put them all into sort of one piece so you can see how they flow. First I want to show you a couple of slides. The first thing I'll do is a whole chord slide. On this guitar is, in case you're curious, it's a Republic Duolian steel-bodied resonator, and it's tuned to open G. So the first slide I'm going to show you is just this. This is really simple. It's basically what I'm doing here is clawing with my first and second finger on a third and second string. Sometimes I'll use the thumb on the fifth as well, and then hitting the first string. So, sometimes I repeat the slide. Another nice quick fingering one is this sort of little, it's a second string, first string, second string. So I can play it with a slide like this. Now the other part of that slide I'm doing is sliding up on the second string and then hitting the third. Sometimes I do it with the whole chord, but that's where the accent is, on the second and third string. And sometimes I do it on the second string and then finish on the first string. So another technique I like to do is from here slide back down and then slide back up on, so I'm sliding down on the third string and then sliding back up on the foot and then hitting the third string again. So I'll just quickly show you that. There's two slides I'm mainly using there, which is both starting on the second string but then either coming to the third or the first. Another thing I'd like to show you now is, this is a really short little technique I use, which is a slide up on the third string from the second fret just to the third. And as I lift it up, you'll hear it causes the strings to sound. So what I then do is hammer on to the fourth string at the third fret. I'll just try and show you that. So those hammer-ons are very useful. So basically hitting the string open, dropping the finger onto it. Next technique I'll show you is just, it's a little turnaround. I'm playing with the second and third finger and I'm sliding up. I'm starting with them on the first and second string at the second fret and then sliding them up to the third. Sometimes both. Sometimes I start with the second finger and then go to the third. But this is actually part of a turnaround, which is very simple. And there's that slide again, second. And then second to third. Another turnaround I like to use is this one, which is very simple. It's basically the D chord shape from standard tuning, But here, instead of playing it on the first, second and third strings, I'm playing it on the second, third and fourth strings. And I'll just basically play it in that position, drop it down one fret, drop it down one fret. Sometimes I strum it, sometimes I pick it. Picking it is like... Sometimes I like to slide it up. So in a piece of it. Another turnaround I like to use is this one, which is just played on all the G strings. So I'm on the 6th string, the 4th string and the 1st string with my 1st, 2nd and my ring finger. They're all the same note. So I'm starting them at the 3rd fret. So I'll just put that in a piece. See how it works. So basically, hammering the little triplet one. That's another little riff I like to use, which is a sort of variation on that turnaround, which is... Basically that same 2-finger turn around, but then what I do is I drop the index finger in and go slide it down, come up to the 3rd, open, 4th, open. So I'll play that fast. So instead of doing the whole turn, throw that into it. It's just a slide up from 2nd to 3rd fret. So I'll very just quickly try and play a little thing using all those techniques. You might want to play that back slowly just to get an idea of, just watch it slowly, but basically that whole little thing I played then is all those first techniques. Hope that's helpful.